You referenced a few minutes ago Charlie Strong being added to the staff as linebackers coach, which just happened here in the last couple of days. What was your response to that?
No, that's huge. That's huge. Charlie Strong's a long time coach. He's been a great recruiter in the state of Florida as an assistant, as a head coach in multiple places. No, it wasn't perfect for him as a head coach, obviously. Left Louisville, went to Texas. That didn't really go well. But, his time as a linebacker coach and coordinator at Florida, his time head coaching at Louisville. And, hey, some of those ass whoopings that Louisville delivered us, he was the head man on the sideline leading that charge. But now you're going to get a multiple-time head coach, multiple-time defensive coordinator up off of a job. And he was in the league as an assistant for the last year or two. You're going to get him from the NFL and get him to come back as position coach and recruiting ace, another one. That's just, that speaks to the process that Mario's going through. And it's clearly working, I saw, I don't know if it was Rivals or 247 or one of the talk shows, Twitter feeds. It was so who has the best staff in the ACC right now? And I tweeted from the State of the U account. And I said, bias aside, it's Miami. It really is. There are questions. There's more questions than answers with every other staff, including Clemson. I was talking about that. Look, you've lost both coordinators. You lost the defensive tackles coach who was your recruiting coordinator. That's just this year. And Venables, people came in Venables for half a decade about this coaching job, that coaching job, and said, no, I'm good to be a second chair here. He leaves, Elliott leaves, Jeff Scott already left. There was another coordinator with Jeff Scott who left already as well previously. Then you get the recruiting coordinator coach, and he leaves as well. You know what I mean? And then I saw there was another either assistant or an off-field staffer who went to one of the places with, I think it was maybe to Duke with Tony Elliott to be an on-field coach and everything. But even if you want to say, well, Clemson, the names that you know from Clemson aren't even on the staff anymore at Clemson. You know what I mean? And it's in the ACC right now, the best staff. And even without technically having two spots out of the 10 assistants still open, technically, it's Miami. It really is, and Frank Ponce, the other announced assistant, is coming as quarterbacks coach. He leaves the play calling offensive coordinator job at Appalachian State, which is as good as it gets in the group of five. Excuse me. And he did a damn good job there. Look at those numbers. He leaves as the play calling offensive coordinator, not just in title, but in action. He leaves that job to come back to Miami to be the quarterbacks coach. Man, listen, at every level, it just seems the staff is being intentionally built to a very, very high level. And I pushed back maybe 3-4 weeks ago, said Frank Ponce as a play calling offensive coordinator at Miami, not yet. I think he needs another mango season or 3 to really get to that level where he can do that. And I would be comfortable with him doing that here because we've seen others and it just didn't work. I still need a little bit more development from him. Even though he's very good, I'm not ready to give him the keys as OC. I am ready to give him the keys as quarterback coach / everybody's like, oh, well, he's OC in waiting. I don't necessarily know about that because Cristobal's going to get the best guy for the job. However, if Frank Ponce develops and becomes the OC in waiting because of, the job that he's done and the knowledge he has and the way that things work, that's great. So but again, you get a play calling OC to come down as a position coach. You get a, multiple time prior head coach to come down as a position coach. Man, this is what we've been talking about. This is the kind of staff that Miami should have. This is the money that we want to see spent. This is building towards what we should have. And yeah, I stand by that, even with 2 spots technically open. And I think it's really only one because my boy Steve Fields is probably going to still be here. Miami has the best staff in the ACC. Now we have to perform like it. We have to coach that level and go win these games, including the ACC championship game.
I can't even begin to disagree with that. Like you say, anybody's mind is initially going to go to Clemson when trying to make a comparison of staffs. Cam laid it out for you. there are a lot of question marks on the Clemson staff. You look at what Miami has brought in under Mario Cristobal from the standpoint of coaching talent, the development of personnel that they've made at their other stops, the recruiting prowess of these assistants. And I guess if I was going to do due diligence, I would love to take a peek at North Carolina's coaching staff just to make sure. But I cannot imagine that there is a better coaching staff than Miami in the ACC. Not even close, I don't
Not
think.
at present. Not at present. And even with Carolina's staff, and I would say I would probably put them as like 2 or 2A along the Clemson lines in terms of the overall staff. But like, no, with what, and again, this is just where Miami should be going with it. And yeah, man, it's just, again, it needs to bear fruit, but this is what we need to see.